jumping back off the deep end and learning about some of these, you know what I'm saying, theories, okay? Now, everybody that has been watching these vids, they say you got to do the Pixar one. Now, I know they dropped 2, so we're going to do the first one, then we'll do the second one. So let's get it.
So when the metal hit his mug, he just sunk in place. 100K Holla, chillin' Bahamas. Come home to your crib and throw in your mama.
What is good, HollaSquad? We are the latest squad on the YouTube platform. Listen, today we're back with another reaction, and we got the Super Carlin brothers in the building. All right, we taking it back in the day. Look at the background. All right, this is what happens when you take life step by step. Look where they at now. Look where they was 10 years ago. But we're about to learn the Pixar theory. But before we hop into this, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Join the HollaSquad. All right, let's get it.
But let me tell you, I had a crazy weekend.
I told y'all, Disney this summer, we're coming for the manga. All right, I know the manga's in that castle somewhere, bro.
Saturday night, I watched Pixar's Brave, and then Sunday, I watched Pixar's Wall-E. So, yeah, I know. Wild. Anyway, afterwards I was searching Google for all the Easter eggs in each movie because Pixar always leaves references to their other movies in their current movies, and I love finding them, and I came across something even better.
Okay.
Then, today I'm going to tell you about the Pixar theory.
I gotta know.
The Pixar theory is the idea that all Pixar movies take place on the same timeline. Everything from Toy Story to Monsters University is part of one giant story arc, and they're all connected. Before we begin, let me just say that I did not come up with this theory. A guy, nay, genius named John Negroni did. I am just passing it along because it is awesome. So
it takes a genius to be able to put a plot line together to give to people, and then it take a genius to decode that. Come on now.
The movies are coming out in order, but
I'm just here to watch the show.
Chronologically, the first movie is Brave. Brave is set in the dark ages of Scotland and is the only Pixar movie that ever explains why animals in Pixar movies sometimes act like humans. This happens when Merida meets a witch who can perform magic and asks her to change her fate, which inadvertently turns her mother into a bear. Now, her mother eventually changes back, but we also learn that the magic has been used on at least one other human, also turning him into a bear in a much more permanent way. Now, these are the only 2 cases we know of, but it's definitely possible that the witch has used this spell on other humans and created animals.
I ain't gonna lie. I think my wife is out there somewhere. Yeah, y'all like that sound though, you know what I'm saying?
With heightened intelligence.
But look, I feel like my wife is somewhere out there, you know what I'm saying? And our destiny is to ride off into the sunset watching Pixar films, bro. The whole complete story of it. I feel like that's what it is. So, trying to watch some Pixar films.
And human-like qualities. Animals like Remy, Nemo, and even Doug. I should note at this point that throughout this timeline, we're going to see the power struggles of 3 different races. Humans, animals, and artificial intelligence. Now, I'm going to try and hit all these chronologically, which means our next 3 are Ratatouille, Finding Nemo, and Up, in that order. During these 3 movies, we will see the kind of interactions that eventually lead these 3 races to war. In Ratatouille, Remy the rat wants to learn how to cook, an activity exclusive to humans, but it turns out that he's better at it than pretty much every human. But this information does not remain secret by the end of the movie, not to the heroes and not to the villain, Chef Skinner. Whether through the heroes or evil Chef Skinner, rumors of animal intelligence would definitely start to spread and would definitely reach the ears of people who are exploring the globe. People like Charles Muntz. Adventure is out there! Hearing the rumor and seeing the potential in animal, Muntz creates special collars for his dogs that allow them to speak, and while the technology is isolated in South America, by the end of the movie, Charles is dead and the dogs are free to do whatever they want, so the technology could be anywhere. Now, we don't know how that affects things, but what we do know is that animals are getting smarter and that now we've seen animosity between animals and humans. It's also important to note that in Up, we're introduced to the company by and
bro, I ain't gonna lie. This might be like one of these chilling in the crib, I think theory type things, but I'm gonna give it to y'all like this. All right, this is how I see this story right here. I think it's true. All right, you got the animal kingdom, you know what I'm saying, and humans came out of that. We developed some type of intelligence, and apparently, you know what I'm saying, out there somewhere, there's some intelligence, because the only way you will live forever is like your brain lives forever. Your body is meant to go through the phase of being your body. All right. So the intelligent, I ain't gonna get
large or B.
Look, we might have to talk about it on a Discord call. That's why y'all should pull up to the streams. All right.
BNL, who sees Carl's house at the beginning of the movie. BNL is also the company in Wall-E that has assumed control of the entire planet and all of its governments. I'm not kidding. BNL literally takes over the entire planet.
They got a Black Mirror episode about this. All right, who was it? Waldo. It was Waldo on Black Mirror,
and it proceeds to pollute it to the point of near extinction for everything. Side note, you can also use batteries from BNL to power your Buzz Lightyear action figure. Moving on to Finding Nemo though, where we follow a father figure fish who's gained enough intelligence to successfully transnavigate the ocean and rescue his son from humans. Throughout the Pixar history, humans may have been treating animals like this all the time, but here, we see animals do something about it. Now, as far as the animal progression, that's pretty much as far as Pixar has given us so far. Although
as animals gain intelligence, they're gonna be like, hold up, I see you over there putting me on the grill, big fella. What you mean? They pulling up to all the barbecues with the smoke. All right, listen, I'm telling you, if you see a cow pull up to your cookout outside and they start ice grilling you, and you throw that burger on the grill, I'm letting you know, all right? My man gonna have that smoke for you.
Though with the release of Finding Dory, hopefully we'll learn more about it. And yes, I know what you're thinking. What about A Bug's Life? Don't worry, we'll get there. But now we'll turn to The Incredibles and the world's catchiest frickin' theme song. Gonna be there all week. Turns out animals aren't the only ones evolving, humans are too, in the form of supers. But let's have a look at the not-so-super villain, Syndrome. Syndrome creates an AI killing machine, the Omnidroid, which Mr. Incredible states got too smart to wonder why it had to take orders. We are led to believe that this is what Mirage wants Mr. Incredible to think, when in actuality, Syndrome is in control of the robot and wants it to kill Mr. Incredible. But by the end of the movie, we see that this statement was correct, with the Omnidroid turning on Syndrome, defeating its creator within seconds. We also see that the machines are more than capable of destroying even Earth's mightiest heroes, as even lesser versions of the Omnidroid basically commit genocide on all of the supers that Syndrome invites to the island. But so what? At the end of the movie, Syndrome is dead and the Omnidroid is gone. But the AI exists and is very advanced, and even though the Omnidroid might have been programmed to destroy humans, it doesn't necessarily mean that all AI would behave that way, so at this point it doesn't really have any reason to rebel. Enter the toys, which supposedly takes place a good 40 to 50 years after The Incredibles, giving the machines plenty of time to develop BNL. But wait, toys are inanimate objects.
Hold on, what's BNL mean?
Giving the machines plenty of time to develop BNL. But wait, toys are inanimate objects.
I didn't watch Wall-E, so BNL is the company that he mentioned earlier, right?
They don't qualify for AI. Well, our buddy Syndrome literally 0 points to the solution with his 0-point technology. That is, electromagnetic energy that exists in a vacuum. This unseen energy we find in wavelengths and would be a reasonable explanation for how the toys draw power. Throughout the Toy Story
I got you. Tomorrow, remind me, tomorrow.
We see different factions of toys, and therefore AI, becoming fed up with the status quo of how humans treat them. In the first movie, the toys rise up against Sid. In the second movie, Jessie resents her former owner for abandoning her, and by the third movie, Lotso straight up hates humans for the abandonment he was given by his owner. The AI is becoming less and less sad.
Yeah, I gotta, hey, somebody, one of y'all moms gotta volunteer for tribute, all right? I know your mom ain't watch Pixar movies. Tell her to come here, all right? I'm available. I gotta watch this in order. Just like I watch Marvel, I've been watching it in order. I gotta watch the Pixar, you know what I'm saying, storyline. I have to see.
Satisfied with the way of the world and the way they are treated by humans. But then why don't we ever see a Planet of the Apes style rise up from the machines? Why don't they ever attack? Well, in Toy Story, it's also hinted that toys that are abandoned by their humans and neglected long enough lose the ability to even come to life, suggesting that human life is what is really giving the AI its power. Machines need humans as much as humans need machines. But the machines still want to be in control. So, enter BNL, the faceless corporation that eventually takes over the globe. This is why after Toy Story, we won't see another animal on Earth for a long time. It's possible the animals tried to rise up against the humans to stop the pollution, but we know that they get stopped by the machines. And even if that's not the case, we know that there's no animals left anyway, because what is left? Cars. Super intelligent, very human-like cars with incredibly advanced AI. There are no humans or animals at all in cars, but we know they're still on Earth because of all the different places they visit in Cars 2. But if you recall, machines need humans. Without them, they're forced to rely on fuel, which is why there is an energy crisis in Cars 2. This leads to an actual fuel.
I don't think I ever seen Cars 2. Look, I got some homework to do. Y'all let me know y'all favorite Pixar movie down below.
War, where one side actually creates.
WALL-E is one of the greatest animated films in existence. I gotta see it, bro. I have to see it. All right. I like the idea of the progression of intelligence, right? I grew up, I watched artificial intelligence when I was young. You know what I'm saying? I watched Toy Story. Come on now. But I feel like I lost some of the Pixar movies though. I didn't watch all of them. So I feel like I need to, because when you string Marvel together, it's a beautiful story. Like I told you, Walt Disney, I know you got the manga in there, right? I know the manga's there. We coming for
creates
it.
a fake green energy fuel to kill off enemy cars.
It's a trash movie? What?
That green fuel is called All in All, which is such a great name, don't you think? I mean, all in all, I would say All in All is a great name.
You think they're clearly stretched? I don't know. I feel like they go together.
No, that sounded stupid. Hold on.
All for one?
By and large, I'd say All in All is a great name. Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that by and large and all in all basically mean the same thing. In any case, whoever wins, they eventually run out of energy because there's no humans, which leads us to WALL-E. Some 700 years later, what remains of the human race is left on a ship in space called the Axiom. On the Axiom, the AI autopilot of the ship manipulates the captain and treats all the passengers like, wait for it, toys. The machines were frustrated with the lack of attention they got from humans, so, and this sounds like the way a machine would fix something to me, they correct the problem by giving humans endless attention. And back on Earth, we have WALL-E, the only remaining robot? I mean, why is that? If they're all solar powered, why is he the only one left? It seems odd until you find out what sets WALL-E apart from all other machines. His fascination with humans. Every single day he collects different human artifacts and watches old movies, and it could be that this interaction is what keeps him going while other machines have failed. Anyway, as the movie ends, we see humans return to Earth and WALL-E plants a tree, which I have to think would be a very resilient tree to be the first plant on Earth.
The tree of Y'all finish that. I'm gonna see who knows though, alright?
In 700 years. Resigned enough, in fact, to be around when life begins to return to the planet in its smallest form. Bugs. The tree they plant really does look a lot like the one in A Bug's Life, although I guess it's open for it.
Bruh, okay, listen. I'm gonna give y'all, the plot, alright? I'm gonna let y'all go on your own journey. Get on Netflix right now and watch Fantastic Fungi. Go watch it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just leave that there.
Interpretation. That's right, A Bug's Life is way in the future. Why? Because the bugs in A Bug's
Tree of Life, that's a good one. But what would WALL-E give to the world though? The Tree of Life. I think life is a good one. There's another word though. I'm gonna see who knows the other one, okay?
Bug's Life don't behave like any of the other animals in any other Pixar movie. They have cities, they are inventing things, they are building.
Because I think like the Pixar storyline, life is something that you take for granted until you have
things. Flick is also warned not to leave the island for fear of birds, snakes, and bigger bugs. Not humans. Now I know we said earlier that humans did return to Earth, but at this point there would not be a lot of them, so it would not.
Failure, that's not it's a word though. I'm gonna let y'all, if y'all got 3 more minutes before we get to the end of this. Somebody gotta get it in this chat.
Be unreasonable to think that the bugs didn't even see them as a threat. So now what? We have machines, animals, and humans on Earth again, living in harmony, until the evolution of the next super species. Monsters. That's right, Monsters Incorporated is the furthest in the future we go.
Hey, look, the tree of knowledge. Hey, I told you, bro. Listen, a lot of people take life for granted until they have the knowledge that we got to make the best out of this life that we have. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what separates humans from animals and humans from AI is being able to have the knowledge of the life that we're living. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you believe. But yeah, come on.
Way in the future. In Monsters University, we see that the university was founded in 1313, meaning that the monsters could have restarted their own calendar and year system. That this could be 1400 years after Wall-E. But where do they come from? Well, I have two possible explanations.
Fire.
One, humans evolved into monsters after living on a radically radioactive planet for like 800 years or something. Or they could have crossbred with animals, which is weird, but remember, animals...
I think a lot of people, they take life for granted. They don't experience it in the ways that they feel they should experience it in. I think that's what taking life for granted is, right? Because I think if knowledge is also good and bad, you know what I'm saying? You know what's good and you know what's bad, and it takes the knowledge of that to know how to conduct yourself. If you conduct yourself in the right way, you take care of the ones around you, life will be enjoyable and you can thus live life, you know what I'm saying? The way you want to live it. But if you do bad things, you know what I'm saying, people will judge, you know what I'm saying? You'll end up down that loop.
Are getting way smarter all the time, so if they got that smart, maybe it wouldn't have been that weird. Once again, we're in a world without humans, and what does everything need to survive, apparently? Humans! Including the monsters who have to collect all these screams or laughter of humans to power everything in their world, because, guess what? Something new! Energy crisis! But wait, we see monsters and humans interacting in Monsters Incorporated. They have to exist at the same time. Unless monsters are actually traveling back in time through the doors to the peak of human existence to collect the screams. This would also make sense for why monsters are trained to be...
Hey, look, I'm just telling y'all, right? All you gotta do is be a good person. What I have learned in life, if you be a good person, you will end up in spaces of good energy. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you're a bad person, typically you'll end up in more volatile situations. That mean, but the thing about life is, life can start whenever you want it to. You know what I'm saying? And you could turn over the leaf, but you could also turn the leaf the other way. But just know the consequences of moving your good energy into bad energy. You'll end up in bad places. You know what I'm saying?
Afraid of humans and not touch anything, because touching anything could result in a crazy butterfly effect that could affect the future. Boo does get through and falls in...
You said, does being good matter if you never leave your house?
May I suggest another nerdcore song?
In love with Sully.
What song? What in the stream on that song?
He's our monster. We see her at the end of...
I think being good does matter, even if you don't leave your house. Because look, we're here on the internet, right? We're able to interact with each other all across the world. So you could get in here, you could get in the chat, you could bully people if you want, or you could choose to do the good things, right? That's why we got Panda, you know what I'm saying? W mod in the chat. Start making this a negative place. We'll get hit with that bane hammer, you know? And then you won't have access to the good space. But I try not to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could talk in the chat all y'all want.
the movie, trying to open and close the door, trying to get him to come back.
Let y'all resolve y'all's issues, but look, this is a positive place on the HollaSquad.
And we know that eventually she does get that visit from Sully. But imagine you're that kid. I mean, you grow up knowing another world exists. You remember that world. You've been visited by it. You're gonna try and find it. In fact, if you're Boo, I think it becomes your life's obsession. And you travel the globe looking for a way to get back to the monster world. And what do you discover? Magic. And you use that magic to travel in time to the Dark Ages of Scotland. That's right, Boo is the witch. Don't think so? Okay, well, for one thing, she's obsessed with bears, which Sully definitely kind of resembles. If that doesn't convince you, how about this drawing of Sully?
See, I know we started the video with everything you need to know about Boo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you know who requested
in her workshop, or this carving of the Pizza Planet truck in her workshop. I mean, how would she even know that exists unless she's come from the future? And at one point, she actually uses the door to transform the contents of her room. Walks through the door, walks back out, different thing inside. That sounds a lot like monsters to me, don't you think? Pixar is amazing and this video is getting way too long. If you want to learn more, I will leave a link down to the entire Pixar theory written by John Negroni in the description below. That's all from me. What is your favorite Pixar movie? Let me know down in the towel section. And Ben, I will see you in another life, brother.
Alright, look, you said I feel like good doesn't exist. Even assholes can be the nicest people, you know. But here's the thing. If you're a really good person, you don't have to pretend to be a good person. The thing about assholes, they pretend to be a good person. You know what I'm saying? And that weight of pretending to be good is going to weigh on you. Yeah, you'll be able to sneak into some rooms, but I have seen the weight of pretending in life weigh on people. Just be a nice person. Some things in life will make you believe that you need to become a bad person, bro. But just stay down your path. You know what I'm saying? And you going to get to the end of it. That don't mean don't be unaware of what's going on. And sometimes you do have to remove yourself from situations. But other than that, just keep being a good person. What's the golden rule? The first thing I ever learned in school was treat others how you want to be treated. If somebody be like, I don't know how to treat you, tell them that's cap, all right? You know how you want to be treated? That's all I'm asking, all right? At least give me what you would want from me, all right? That's it. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, Philosopher Holla in the building. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, go watch the Fantastic Fungi and Choose or Die. I watched that on Netflix too. It's a banger. But I'm going to see y'all later. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Yeah, nigga, I was broke. I ain't have a penny, I was ready to kick a dope. Lay your ass on the floor, taking everything about this bitch before I go. Niggas talking all that gang when the sugar pumping through their main vein. Swerve on them like a lane change, fuck with